Yep.
You good?
I'm good.
Yeah. Y'all good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm Samuel Makalu.
Give him grace.
We
We
know.
are Team Broski Entertainment, and this is a screening of our first feature film, 523. So, thank you. I wanted to wait, I wasn't too sure if y'all were gonna clap, so. Yeah, thank you for coming. We truly appreciate it. We worked hard on this, and we really hope you all enjoy it. The movie is 46 and a half minutes, and right after we'll go into a quick Q&A with the cast, and stay if you can. If not, that's perfectly okay. We'll have posters out on the back available for you to pick up on your way out. And yeah, that's the movie. I guess we can go into Q&A right now. Some of the actors right here tonight. We have Sarah, who played Luch. And we have Wilma Wood in the back. We have Gabriel, who played Joey. And myself. Alright, so real quick, this movie was an idea that I had about 3 or 4 years ago, before we made Team Broski. And the heroine scene, the first one, that's the first concept that came to mind when I was listening to the track 523 by Earl Swisher. So this kept playing in my head, and then everything around it grew. But I knew the idea that I wanted, I couldn't afford to make it. So I just kept it in the back, and then we're in between seasons with our web series, Palm Del Ia. I thought to make this our first feature film. And from when I first started writing it 3 years ago to now, changed a lot. I was very comfortable with this outcome to the point where I scratched the first draft. And when we started shooting it, this is actually the second draft. The first time we started shooting it last summer, it was actually pretty bad. It was very dark. We weren't really in tune with the script. We kind of just acted instead of portrayed. And we weren't fully aware of how cameras worked at the time. And I was fatter. So I was like, I don't want that showing. So I told Gabriel, dude, we're gonna scratch the whole thing. So
I wasn't very happy.
no, I wasn't either, because we were we'll try to find little pockets of time throughout the year to shoot a minute, and we will prep 3 weeks beforehand just to shoot it, and then we were going to shoot during the winter break of last year, and the sobriety scene in the beginning, that's the only scene that we shot throughout the entire 5-week period. So I was pretty upset because I was determined to get more stuff done. But at the same time, as we were going through it, I started to really prep the scene as okay, what can we do more for the scene? For example, with Jasper and Joey's relationship, it wasn't as much as you saw it the first time. It was kind of cut and dry. But I came to realize that was a relationship that I feel like people can connect to. As you have that one person who's not over a relationship, and the other guy's yo, just get over them, it's fine, there's more out there. And showing that dynamic of how close they are, how he's trying to encourage him, but yet he's also real quick to tell him what's up, and how Jasper was defensive. And at the end, Joey comes back and apologizes. And so I was really focused on fleshing that out more, and while I was doing that, I was also trying to think of it, see it as a director, see it as a writer, see it as a producer, as what can I do for this scene, how can we pull this one off? And as a writer, okay, how can we flesh this one out more? And the director, how can we shoot this scene? Then once that's all situated, okay, see as the actor, what's mine and everyone's objective in the scene. And yeah, that got us here. Anything to say?
Yeah, reshooting wasn't fun. It's not fun to like look at your work and like, yeah, we need to redo this.
Yeah.
But there was some good stuff that came out of it. We had a really great facility, and like, I'm pretty happy with the way it came out after shooting and shooting and shooting,
Yeah.
banging our heads against the walls.
And then waiting like 3 months just to shoot something for 30 seconds. But I think it was worth it. And we had 2 hands up. We started here, and then there was one in the back.
Yeah, what would you guys want the audience to take home from 523? If there's one thing about your movie that, you know.
I would say how addiction can affect people and affect the people around them. At first, that like the drugs was just kind of an excuse to bring like the surreal trip with the creature and like the blue setting and stuff. But I was working with one of the people who gave us the song. His name was Hush. I told him it's like romanticizing drugs, but then he said like it's not really romanticizing, it's actually bringing a message. And ever since then, I kind of realized that's what it was. Because if I was romanticizing drugs, they would be high or drunk all the time, and they would look happy, and it would be bright colors, and you know, like that kind of shit. But the fact that it was a dark setting, and it like showed Jasper like how he really is, and showed what he went through for the outcome for him to end up dead in his room. I feel like that's something people can take in like addiction and how it affects you and everyone else around you.
Definitely. Big messages. It can affect you. Yeah, for sure.
I was going to ask, what did you learn?
I learned to be open for many takes. There's this scene, the bed scene, like post-heroin scene, and me and Sarah on the bed. That far shot, we shot it once, because that was kind of just like the shot to ease in the scene. And so we shot it, and then me and George were like, all right, we're done. And then Sarah was still on the bed, and she's like, what do you mean we're done? I'm like, oh, just for this shot? She's like, nah. I came here expecting to be here for like 5 hours. I was like, I looked at JoJo, he looked at me, and was kind of like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna keep shooting. And during post-production, I've learned to really appreciate the multiple shots, because you can take a bit from each one to help the overall scene. Like some scenes will have the reaction shot that didn't get in the other shot, but that shot had good like dialogue. And so taking what you can from everything helps with the overall thing. Anything else in there? Do you think?
I learned a lot about like the process of bringing a film to fruition. It's a little different from even just like sketch comedy or even just like short films. It's really different.
Yeah, like this is the first time we actually worked with the script. We wrote scripts for other projects, but we didn't really go by them. We kind of just saw what we were going for and kind of just like went with it. But this was like the first time we actually saw scripts, rehearsed it, rewrites. Okay, what can I do in this moment? How am I going to feel when I hear or say this line? And being able to work with other people, that's one thing I learned. It makes us way easier. And it helps bringing your vision to life. Like the people who helped me make this music, 2 of them aren't here, but one of them is here. His name's Lewis. He did the intro and the outro tracks. And yeah, I just hit him up for some tracks. I feel like I didn't even know like how to explain it to you. I just did like, yeah, 523, like, Earl, here's the script, make what you want and like send it back to me. And then when he did, it just felt right. So like, yeah, I'm keeping this. And yeah, that's well. We'll start from here.
What did the research process look like as far as like, how in depth did it go?
It went pretty in depth. It went pretty in depth in terms of like how heroin works. Because when I first thought of heroin, I kind of had a sense, but I want to look more into heroin. Like, okay, like, does it come in different colors? Can you, besides injecting it, can you snort it? What are the consequences when snorting heroin? And you get a nosebleed. If for heroin, you either vomit or defecate. And there's also a movie that I watched that really inspired us as well called Trainspotting. And that's heavily on heroin in Scotland. And that helped me with research. And then the Breaking Bad scene where he takes heroin in the bed and flying up. But I didn't want to focus too much on those. I kind of said, okay, that's what I can take from it, and I'm going to do my own thing with it. And in terms of like the relationships in the scene, I didn't look too much. It just kind of happened. Oh, we had a person over here.
What does 520 stand for?
Oh, nothing. Because it was based, like, not based, it's like I heard the song 523 and it's 1 minute and 27 seconds. And yeah, people ask me, like, are they gonna say 523 in the movie? Like, oh, it's 523? Like, no, that's stupid. That's so funny. And I was asking myself, what does it mean? But I kind of realized it's just like my interpretation of the song. We have a question right behind it.
Oh, what did y'all use instead of heroin?
What was that?
What did y'all use instead of heroin?
What did we use?
You had like crushed up pills.
Magnesium.
Yeah.
We actually used it was like baking soda.
Oh yeah, for that
Put it
part.
on the spoon, and then I lit the thing, and then they turned the camera away, and then an assistant came and sprinkled or put vinegar or whatever on it.
Yeah.
And then it started sizzling, and then they bring the camera back, and it looks like it's sizzling because of the flame.
Yeah. And we also use like my mom's like vitamin pills. Just I was gonna use some other red pills, but it was red and pasty, and I was like, nah, this ain't it, dog. I got some powder. All right, yeah, I'll just use that. I was gonna buy B vitamin pills because that's what they snort in movies and stuff, but I didn't know where to get them. And one thing, like for the drugs, a difficult thing was like the authenticity, because I was looking for syringes. Me and my girlfriend went to Walmart, and I was like, okay, where am I gonna get syringes? So we walked in. I went to the pharmacy. I'm like, can I get some syringes? And they're like, what? I get a syringe needle. Are you diabetic? Nah. Do I need to be? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, so I'm back. She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I guess you gotta be diabetic. I was like, no, I'm gonna try again. So I walked back. I'm like, yeah, I'm diabetic. Can I get some syringes? She's like, all right, how many do you need? Just 1 pack. All right, how many units? Sorry, units? Honestly, dog, I don't know. I just need a syringe needle. Then she asked the supervisor, and they said no. Then went to Party City, and they had syringes, but they were some thick, like Jello shot syringes with no needle, a brand name. It looked so stupid. I'm like, this can pull off for theater because it's far away. It's film, and film catches everything. So I bought them, trying to like figure a way like to shoot it. But then, like after I got it, I just looked at them. And I'm like, nah, dude, this is not gonna work. So I just bought some from Amazon. You got a question?
Yeah, this is just me because I always see deeper things. Do you feel like there was a deeper story behind like Jasper's addiction, like outside of the drugs, and then also like separate from Jasper, Lucia's story? Like, was there a deeper like story? Like, because I always felt like they had like deeper pain than what the drugs was doing. Like the drugs was the physical manifestation, but I felt like there was a deeper pain outside of that.
Yeah. Well, for Jasper, he just grew up like insecure, and then just seeing how he got into drinking, that kind of helped him with stuff. But then getting into relationships, that kind of made him second guess everything. And with Luch, she was like a nice person, but then she got fucked over. So now she goes for guys like Jasper just to manipulate and feel her power back. That's why in the scene where Aaron's character, Bruce, asked her, yelled at her, like, you got into heroin, she goes in the room and starts crying. And when she calls up Jasper, that's to like give her power back. because she felt vulnerable, and then she doesn't want to feel like that way. She doesn't want to show it, so she thought the best way to cover that is to call Jasper. Great. Like, we shot all the scenes without Luch. I'm trying to shoot these scenes, and then at the time, Sarah was licensed, and I was like, yo, she's gonna be done with this role. Like, and I was like, yo, we're gonna ask her to like just switch roles real quick.
I was like, we need to.
I was like, you know what? Worst thing she could say is no.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Sarah, do you mind playing Luch?
Okay.
So, like, yeah. And I was like, for real? And I told Gabriel, like, we finally got a lead actress. And then, all right, so the next step is to look for a replacement, which we did with Woman. But yeah, Sarah, she's been part of the project the entire process, since the development stage. She has good communication. She delivers. She's good to work with. And I would like to say thank you.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you guys. Seriously, this is great. This is also a learning experience for us. We have never put an event together, and to see people actually here is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it really was. I was like, y'all really came. It's wild, and it's very appreciated. And like, this is not going to be the first one or the last one. And I'm excited to see how it turn out in years to come. And thank you for being part of this journey with us. And with that being said, thank you.